Hey there. Have you ever noticed how a little stumble or a bump seems to linger a bit longer than it used to? Maybe you've caught yourself wondering if your bones are still as sturdy as they were back in the day. I know that feeling. It creeps up on us as the years go by, doesn't it? But here's something I've learned, and I'm so excited to share it with you. What you eat can make a huge difference in keeping your bones strong and ready for whatever life throws your way. It's not about chasing some magic pill or complicated diet. It's about simple, everyday choices that add up to a big win for your health. That's why today, we're going to talk about a diet that's all about promoting strong bones as we get older. You don't need to overhaul your whole kitchen or spend hours figuring it out. I'm going to walk you through some easy, delicious ways to give your bones the love they deserve. We'll cover foods you probably already have at home, a few tricks to make them even better, and why this matters so much for staying active and independent. Whether you're someone who loves cooking or just wants to keep things simple, there's something here for you. So, let's sit down together, maybe with a cup of tea, and dig into what can keep us standing tall. Let's start with something you've probably heard about before: dairy. It's like the old reliable friend for your bones, and for good reason. Things like milk, yogurt, and cheese are packed with calcium, which is the building block your bones lean on to stay tough. Picture this: a small bowl of yogurt with your breakfast, maybe with a handful of berries tossed in for a little sweetness. It's creamy, it's satisfying, and it's slipping all that calcium right into your day without any fuss. If you're not big on dairy, don't worry, there's plenty more to come, but if you enjoy it, aim for a couple of servings a day. My Aunt Rose used to swear by her glass of milk with dinner, saying it made her feel like she was doing something good for herself. And she was right. Calcium's a quiet hero that keeps those bones from getting brittle, especially as we hit our 60s and beyond. Now, if dairy's your thing, you'll love this next one because it pairs so well. Vitamin D, think of it as the sidekick that helps your body actually use all that calcium you're eating. Without it, it's like sending a letter but forgetting the stamp. It just doesn't get where it needs to go. You can find vitamin D in foods like fatty fish, salmon, tuna, or even sardines if you're feeling adventurous. I know, sardines might sound old school, but my dad used to mash them on toast with a little lemon, and it was surprisingly tasty. A small serving a couple of times a week can do wonders. And here's a bonus: your body makes vitamin D from sunlight too. So, a short walk outside, maybe 10 or 15 minutes, can top you up while you enjoy the fresh air. It's like a 2-for-1 deal: stronger bones and a little sunshine to lift your mood. Alright, so we've got calcium and vitamin D working together like a dream team, but let's add one more to the mix that's easy to overlook: leafy greens. I'm talking about things like spinach, kale, or even collard greens if you've got a taste for them. These aren't just for fancy salads, they're loaded with calcium and other goodies that keep your bones happy. Picture a handful of spinach tossed into your soup or a side of steamed kale with a drizzle of olive oil and a pinch of salt. It's simple, it's quick, and it's like giving your bones a little green boost. My neighbor Joan started adding greens to her scrambled eggs every morning, and she says she feels sturdier on her feet already. It's amazing how something so everyday can pack such a punch for keeping you strong. So, we're off to a great start with dairy, vitamin D, and those leafy greens, all working together to build up your bones like a team of old friends. But there's more to this than just piling on the calcium. Let's talk about something you can sprinkle into your day that makes a difference in a whole new way. And that's where magnesium comes in. It's like the unsung hero that keeps your bones humming along. You might not hear about it as much as calcium, but it's just as important because it helps your body turn that calcium into actual bone strength. Plus, it's hiding in some pretty tasty places. Think about nuts like almonds or cashews. A small handful makes a perfect snack while you're reading the paper or watching the birds outside. Or how about some whole grains? A bowl of oatmeal in the morning, maybe with a drizzle of honey, sneaks magnesium right into your day. My friend Bill started keeping a little jar of almonds on his counter, and he'd grab a few every afternoon. He says it's his secret to feeling less creaky. It's such an easy way to give your bones that extra support, and it doesn't hurt that it tastes good too. Now, while we're talking about what to add, let's flip things around and think about something to ease up on: salt. I know, it's tough because a little sprinkle can make everything taste better, right? But here's the thing: too much salt can pull calcium right out of your bones, like a thief sneaking off with your hard work. You don't have to go bland, just try swapping in some herbs instead. A pinch of basil or rosemary on your veggies can bring out the flavor without overloading on sodium. I remember my mom used to make this amazing roasted chicken with garlic and thyme, no salt needed, and we'd all fight over the last piece. Cutting back doesn't mean giving up taste, it's about finding new ways to enjoy what's on your plate while keeping your bones solid. Alright, so we're adding magnesium and dialing back the salt, which brings us to something that's a bit of a powerhouse: protein. It's not just for bodybuilders, it's a key player in keeping your bones strong too. Your bones need protein to repair and rebuild, especially as we get older. Lean options like chicken, turkey, or eggs are great places to start. Picture a scrambled egg with some of that spinach we talked about, or a piece of grilled chicken with your dinner. Even beans, like a hearty bowl of lentil soup, can do the trick if you're not big on meat. My cousin Ed started adding a hard-boiled egg to his lunch, and he swears it's made him feel steadier when he's out tending his garden. It's all about balance, getting enough protein without going overboard, so your bones stay tough and your muscles keep up too. You're already building a plate that's doing wonders for your bones, aren't you? Magnesium-rich nuts, a lighter hand with the salt, and a good dose of protein. It's like putting together a recipe for strength that fits right into your life. But there's one more piece to this puzzle that ties it all together, something that's as much about what you drink as what you eat. And that's where water steps in. It's so simple, yet it's like the glue that holds this whole bone-strengthening plan together. You might not think of drinking water as a big deal for your bones, but staying hydrated keeps everything in your body working the way it should, including how your bones use all those nutrients we've been talking about. Picture this: keeping a glass of water by your side while you're reading or watching TV, sipping it throughout the day. Aim for a few glasses, nothing fancy, just enough to keep things flowing. My friend Clara used to forget until she started carrying a pretty bottle around, and now she says she feels less stiff just from that little habit. It's an easy win that helps your bones stay healthy while making you feel good all over. Now, while we're sipping on water, let's add a little boost with something you might already love: fruits, especially ones like oranges and berries. These aren't just sweet treats, they're packed with vitamin C, which your bones need to make collagen. That's the stuff that keeps them flexible and strong, not just brittle. Imagine slicing an orange for a midday snack or tossing some blueberries into that yogurt we mentioned earlier. It's bright, it's tasty, and it's doing your bones a favor. I remember my Uncle Joe always kept a bowl of oranges on his table. He'd peel one while telling us stories, and he swore it kept him spry. A handful of fruit a day can lift your spirits and give your bones that extra edge. Alright, we're almost at the finish line, and this last one's a bit of a surprise: healthy fats. You might think fats are the enemy, but the right ones, like those in avocados, nuts, or a drizzle of olive oil, are fantastic for your bones. They help your body soak up that vitamin D we talked about and keep inflammation in check, which can wear your bones down over time. Picture spreading some avocado on your toast or adding a splash of olive oil to your greens. It's rich and satisfying without feeling heavy. My neighbor Susan started doing this with her salads, and she says it's made her feel stronger and more energized. It's like a little luxury that's secretly working to keep you steady on your feet. So, there you go. Everything from a glass of water to a juicy orange to a creamy bite of avocado, all coming together to keep your bones strong and ready for whatever you want to do next. It's amazing how these everyday choices, dairy and greens for calcium, fish and sunshine for vitamin D, nuts for magnesium, a lighter touch with salt, protein to rebuild, and now water, fruits, and fats, can team up to make you feel solid and full of life. You don't have to do it all at once. Just pick what fits your day and let it grow from there. It's like tending a garden, a little care here and there, and soon you're standing taller, moving easier, and enjoying every moment more. I'd love to know what you think. what's your favorite from all this? Are you an orange peeler like my Uncle Joe, or maybe you're ready to try that avocado trick? Drop a comment below and share your thoughts. I always get a kick out of hearing what works for you. If this sparked some ideas or made your day a little brighter, give it a thumbs up, and hit that subscribe button so we can keep finding ways to thrive together. Here's to eating well, feeling strong, and living your best life at any age. Cheers to you.